never lose your humanity. Don't do it. I think I probably talked about this before, and I'm sorry I haven't uploaded in a little bit. Got a little bit of a sore throat here, and I don't even know how I'm saying this right now because it hurts. We are on a little acetaminophen and ibuprofen. We made it through a very long day. So, talking to you is a breeze. Anyways, let's get into it. What do I mean by don't lose your humanity? Well, there's going to be a lot of people in this world that are going to try to bring you down. There's a line that I try to stay on, my own path, you could say. And it's the difference between this right here is lazy, don't care about anything, no respect, nothing. This is ultra perfection, business class professional. Right here, you need to meet in the middle of a down-to-earth, humble, professional, courteous individual. That right there is exactly what you need to be. But the problem is everyone is a little bit different. Everyone has their own perspective on this. Now, I can have people are complimenting me all the time now because in my job, I have the luxury of time that I didn't used to have. Ooh, free parking lot. But when I worked in the ER, it's very much, it's not manipulation, but it's bringing people back to the present. And that can be very hard for people that are in pain. So a lot of the times I'd be like, eye contact, very important. Body language, being able to bring someone into yourself. But being able to like capture someone, to bring them into your in the moment, you know, no matter how stressed, no matter how much pain they're in, you want to be able to take away all their stress. And for that moment, you have to bring them into your control. When you're able to control someone, and not control them in a sick way, it's controlling them and saying, stop. It's like, stop, pay attention to me. And part of that is using your hands and like inflecting with your hands, your body language, and then also your eyes. You want to make strong eye contact. I mean, stare into this person's soul. And you want to be good at your job, and you want to be able to communicate effectively. Part of that means don't be a robot. Be engaging with them, be empathetic, but also be very precise. Like you're making a speech to be president. Every single word should flow eloquently. Everything should flow perfectly. There's no please what? They're already confused. They're already angry. They're already in pain. They're already emotional. They think they might die today. So in the ER, your whole job is to bring people back to the moment, to bring them back to the present and say, I'm here for you. Let me check you in. I need this and this. Let me get your ID, insurance card. What's your address? Phone number? Who are we going to call for emergency contact? What's your pharmacy? You're already checked in. We're just getting this until the nurse comes out and gets you. Having that strong eye contact. Do you need a primary care physician by chance? That's alright. We'll add it later. Can I get your consent for treatment? It's going to be a couple initials, couple signatures. Shouldn't take long. Initials here, that's consent for contact. Initials here, that's going to keep this on file for a year. Alright, sign here, just certifying the first two initials. Initials here so we can contact your insurance. Sign here to certify the form and general consent for treatment. That right there, the strong eye contact brings people into you. And it's very important that you have that, because if you're able to do that quick, effectively, snappy, you have more time to be a little bit more personal with them. So before you get to your checking in, a little bit of rapport. Hey, my name's Luke. I'll be checking in for today. What's going on? Or, hey, you here for the ER? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong screen. Hey, you're here for the ER today? What's going on? Let me get your photo ID and insurance card. While you're getting that out, what's going on today? Quick, effective, fast. Talk to the family members. Look at everyone in their group. Get it down. But you see how forceful I am with it and how in control of the situation I am. A lot of situations I was able to bring people back to the moment. The thing is no one remembers your name because I'm not, "Hi, my name's Luke. How can I check you in for today?" No one cares. When you're in the ER, you're in pain. You don't really care who the person is up front. And quite honestly, who really cares about registration in general? I want my nurse, I want my doctor. As long as you're not a douche when you're talking to me, we don't have a problem. So that's the thing. To get recognized as the guy up front, as in registration, the front desk guy. You know how many times I've been called the front desk guy? It's very hard to get your name put down on a survey. What that takes is something else. Well, first of all, you can't find that in the ER. No one cares in the ER. When you're leaving it out of the ER, maybe 10% of people are putting down, "Yeah, my nurse was really nice to me and got me a coffee." That's the best you're going to get. To get recognized in the ER is nearly impossible. And it's okay, I don't put it past anybody. But the point is being in the ER gave me a lot of work under pressure, right? You're putting people at ease when they're in pain. It's being understanding. It's being able to take a beating verbally. I mean, there's a lot of people that came in that were very angry, and being able to ironclad stay at your customer service state. Now, there's a difference between being fake customer service robot and being a genuine person, but sticking to your quotes. You're an NPC up front. You stick to a certain level. You do not get passive aggressive whatsoever. I need to make myself very clear on that. If you work with customer service, right, there's something you should never do. Be passive aggressive with anyone. You are calm, collected, you know your job, but you do not get passive aggressive with them. I've heard people do it, and it's pathetic. Why? Because people say this stuff all the time. People are angry all the time in the ER. They're in pain. They get the right to be passive aggressive. You do not. You don't get paid enough for that, right? You don't get to be passive aggressive with anyone. You are on the clock right now. You stick to your customer service, and you do not put any emotion into that. You don't go either way. If someone is positive with you, you need to be very, very clear on what you're saying. You do not have any time whatsoever to put any sarcasm, sass into it. "Yeah, ma'am, well, the nurse will be right out to get you." What? "Yes, ma'am. The nurse will be right out to get you. They're just getting a room ready for you. Shouldn't be a few minutes. I'm going to call back there and see how long this room is going to take. I think they're just cleaning it from the last patient." You see how there's more to it that I'm adding? It's not just, sit down. The nurse will be right with you. They will take you when you're ready. That's sass. That's stupidity. Right? When you're emotional with people, you tend to leave out some information. Does the patient need to know everything about it? No. But they do need to know a reason, because they're in pain, and every minute that they're out in the lobby is probably an hour to them. You know, they think they're going to die, or they feel like they're dying, that's for sure. Are they going to get pain meds the second they go back? No. But they would like to see some scrubs that are helping them out, getting them checked in, getting them triaged, and getting their mind off the fact that they are in excruciating pain. So never be sarcastic with anyone. You don't get to do that. I don't do that when I work with my coworkers. Only my closest coworker friends at work that I've, spent time with outside of work. Because you never know. You don't want that to transfer over to a patient. I'm never sarcastic with a patient. Sometimes, when patients make jokes to me, I'm the most literal person ever. Every joke that they say goes over my head. Why? Because you need to be the most clear and literal person ever when you are with a patient. The only times I make jokes are when I'm in control and I'm making the joke. When I make the joke, it's for the patient, it's to be funny, it's to whatever. You have that freedom when people are leaving, when people are not in pain anymore, to put them at ease when they're in pain. Those jokes are explicitly made for that patient in a professional manner, and if they take it, great. If not, it's said in a way that doesn't matter anyways. You say facts only. It can be taken literally, and it can also be taken as a joke. When patients make jokes, that's the problem, is I'm switched on to literal mode, and I won't hear any of your jokes. It doesn't make any sense to me. Now, I'm very good at picking up people's jokes between coworkers and between friends. But if a patient makes a joke to me, I have no idea what they're talking about. But that's because you need to differentiate between humor and work. And that's just one way to compartmentalize it. What I'm saying is with that, is that's how I operated in the ER. And that's probably the best way you can speak to a patient in the ER, is to have control over the situation, understand what they're going through, make eye contact to know that you don't just think of them as a number, and you're actually speaking to them like a human being. And you see them. And you should be fast and efficient, because no one likes a person that goes, oh, can I get your insurance card too? What? I just gave it to you. I gotta get it again. Let me get it out of my wallet. Can I just check in already? Like, I can see where that can be a problem, right? But then you've got over here, an outpatient is a little bit different. I'm able to establish rapport with people. A lot of people are retired when they come to me, so they got nothing better to do. Now, when you're waiting 3 hours in the hospital for a 15-minute ultrasound, you might be a little irritated. So there's things like that I have to prevent. So when I'm working with these patients, I try to build as much rapport as possible, because quite honestly, the work it takes for me in the ER is about 5 minutes. In outpatient, it's about a minute. Everything can be done in about a minute or so. It's pretty quick, but there's a lot of clerical work behind the scenes before the patient even gets to me. There's also that. It's verifying their information. It's taking money. And it's also following up on stuff. It's having attention to detail that matters. It's about being able to answer any questions that anyone might have. And it's also communicating with different departments. Showing off that communication in front of a patient is very good. On top of that communication, it should be higher communication with a patient, right? They're coming in for their procedure, they're coming in for their outpatient visit. They might not see it for a year. So, give them the best day possible. Make their day. What else am I going to do? Right? I'm already excelling at my work. I'm doing pretty good at that. Probably at a 99% effectiveness, I would say. Obviously, there's some things that are out of my scope, out of my realm, that I just simply don't have capacity to do yet. But everyone learns a little bit every day. In the meantime, if you don't learn something every day for your job, you can at least learn something about how to talk to people. And I've definitely made some big strides from working day shift and outpatient. I've had more time to speak to people. So don't get me wrong, I have the power of the ER within me. But I also have outpatient on my side now. The ability to speak to people better. And part of that means being able to make quick jokes here and there, right? Being able to communicate with them, and also, have some small talk. I think it's very good for me there. The problem is my social energy as an introvert is sapped for the day. Part of me making these videos is because I want to be able to think on my feet, right? If I make these videos, I'm talking to myself for 20 minutes on here. That's pretty good. If I can talk to myself for 20 minutes, I can talk to someone else for 5 really well. Part of these is imparting my wisdom on myself. Learning how to speak better, trying to learn my words better. but it's also just making sure that I'm able to form a coherent thought without gaps in time where I'm just silent. Don't get me wrong, being silent and not saying anything and being comfortable just hanging out with someone is great, but it wears off. And my problem was I'm a shy individual. I'm an only child. So I started out where I was not talking with anyone. And like, I have a lot to say, but you gotta make a joke, you gotta make a question first, you gotta ask me something. In my experience, in the past, I've been pestered with little jokes or questions, and I found it very irritating. So I would say a quick response, and it would be very much cut off. And I'm sorry for anyone that I've done that to, where I just kind of cut you off. So, you enjoying school? Yep. Oh, what classes are you taking? I'm taking strategic leadership and, I don't know. They all kind of blend together. You know, it's very quick where now, I'll be able to communicate more. And part of that was my stress. I've been under a lot of stress for a while. Not that I'm like, oh, anxiety or nothing like that. It's simply the fact of, oh, this is a mess going on up here. What are these guys doing? Jeez. Alright. But my point is I've been under a lot of stress over the course of time, whether that's work, school, etc., applying for school. I'm getting my master's soon. By the way, I've got 1 week left. I've got 2 final exams and 1 essay, and then we're done. Master's in Business Administration and a concentration in Leadership and Management. We are set. Very excited about that. What was I saying? But yes, we are under stress for a while. So if anyone asked me about school or work, I would get angry, I would get upset, I would get stressed out because I just did a final exam. I've been working on my homework all week, and you're talking to me about how much I enjoy school. I don't. No one does. It's studying, it's concentrating and learning and stuff. And unless you have a really good professor, I'm not interested in it. I'm interested in the world around me, yes. My hobbies are photography, yes. Gym, yes. Making these YouTube videos, that's a passion of mine. I like cooking, I like eating. I would like to go eat out somewhere. I like activities on the weekend. I like to go walk on nature trails. These are things that I'm passionate about. That's what you should ask me about. School, not really a passion. But, you know, that's what people know about you. They don't know all these other things, so that's what they ask about. I can't stand it. But now we're in the clear, and now I'm a lot happier about it. I'm a little less stressed about it. And I also acknowledge when I used to be stressed about it. So, if I could rewind, I would definitely take more interest in my schooling and stop being so stressed out about it all the time. Be a little bit more relaxed, learn a little bit more. And if I learned a little bit more, maybe I'd be a little bit more passionate about it. And I wouldn't be so angry when someone asked me, how's your school going? See, in the past, you know, when I was younger, in high school, whatever, when my parents ask me how's school going, it's because I've got a B in one of my classes or something. Oh, your progress report says you got a B. Why is that? I don't know, because I'm not an A student. I'm not an academic. I did my classes, I get A's and B's. I don't know what you want from me. A couple C's over the course of time. Those may have been my mistakes. Some of them I just couldn't do. Some of them were my mistakes, and I just had to keep pushing through. But yeah, I've definitely learned a lot over the course of time. But that's my standing towards education. Is in the past I felt very entrapped by it. You know, I've been very enclosed, going, what do you mean by that? You know, I've been very defensive. Man, we really jumped off our wagon on this. my point is, let's get back to it, is regarding outpatient, is I've been able to explore speaking to people better, small talk, and it's really important. And I've gotten a lot of notes. I put notes on my desk saying, please write here. It says, be kind notes. Make a kind note. Some of them are to me, some of them to just random people, some of them just a doodle from a little kid. Oh, hang on. I don't want to push past them. There's a sidewalk right here, buddy. Come on. I'm not putting you past you. Alright, thank you. I'm fine with bikes on the road, but, come on. Move over. The speed limit here is 55. You are not catching me on a 55-mile-an-hour road on a bike. I'm sorry. With a sidewalk right here. That's for their safety, not mine. I ride my bike too. I love my bike. You don't stay on a road like this when there's a sidewalk right here. No one else is walking on the sidewalk. Get on the sidewalk. That's for safety, all right? That's for safety for everyone. I don't want that on my conscience, and I don't want you in the hospital. And I'm assuming you don't want yourself in a hospital either. But anyways, what I'm trying to say here is, I think you should learn how to speak to other. Public speaking, communication. It's not funny to not know how to talk to people. It's not amusing. It's not a quirk. It's not, wow, I'm just kind of an introvert. No, you need to learn how to talk to people. Quite honestly, if you want to provide value to this world, you need to be able to speak to other humans. Because guess what? The only reason why our society, our humanity, our species is as powerful as it is because I don't have to be a doctor. Another doctor can study for 10 years to learn how to remove a certain part of the brain for cancer or a certain disease for a neurological problem, right? But he went to school for 10 years just to do that. But he's able to save 10,000s of lives over the course of his lifetime. But what I'm saying about this is be very good at what you do and understand that you won't be able to do everything in the world. You can't change the world knowing everything. What you can do is you can be good, great, or even fantastic at what you do every day. And if you're able to do that, you're doing better than most. That's for sure. But anyways, I hope you have a good Thanksgiving, and I'll see you. Bye now.